What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. If this is your first video, welcome. Thank you for joining. Today I'm going to be putting up a new mock scrape on my 10-acre property. And I'm just basically what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you where I'm setting this mock scrape, explain to you why I'm going to put it here in this location, kind of show you why I think it's a good spot, and just show you how I'm doing it. So first things first is I'm going to show you a bad mock scrape, and I'm actually going to show you how I made this previous one, why I think it's bad, and why not to do it the way I did this one. So before I show you this mock scrape, I'm up in my clover food plot, and I just want to show you guys how incredible this looks. I planted this last fall, actually on my birthday, July 29th. I planted this clover plot, and then I overseeded it with winter rye a few weeks later, and right now it looks incredible. It's mostly clover with, I'd say 75% clover, 25% winter rye, and it looks phenomenal. None of the clover started flowering yet. It's April 7th. I would probably say around Labor Day I'll have to end up mowing this, but I need to fertilize and lime this and mow it, but that's not the point of this video. The mock scrape is right here. So this is my mock scrape. It is a hanging vine. Some people, this could work incredibly well, and my thought process when I was putting this here was this is right on the edge of the food plot. I cleared all this out, but this was an existing really skinny path that deer already traveled. I was like, I'm going to throw this here kind of off to the side of it, and thinking they might hit it, which they do. Don't get me wrong, they do, but a lot of deer pass this. And over the last 2 springs, I've noticed they don't. Some deer touch it, some don't. And my goal was to have, you know, like 80-90% of the time deer pass it to touch it. So, and my thought processes to that is because this is all open now, they don't have to come right by through here. They don't have to come right next to this. So that's kind of my thinking on why this is just not a great mock scrape. And this was my first attempt at one. This is how Jeff from Whitetail Habitat Solutions does his with a hanging vine. I've never seen him put a dripper on it. I did that as just a little experiment. That's actually been 2 seasons ago I did that, and I just never took it off. But so since this vine has already got some of, you know, some deer scent glands, and it's been touched and rubbed on before multiple times, I'm actually going to cut this one down, remove it from this area, and reuse it down in the creek where we're going now. Something I want you to notice about this vine is, one, I'm trying not to touch down here anywhere where they'd actually touch. They can't reach all the way up here. But I want you to notice how long the vine piece I'm using is. It's about as tall as me, about 6 feet. I'm 6'1", so this piece is probably about 6 foot. That's what you want to shoot for, in about 1 inch in diameter. So, in something that I always choose on a vine is one that has like a kick in it or something. That way it's so much easier to tie your rope to. If you got a straight vine, you can, you know, kind of notch in it and help seat your rope or whatever you're using a little bit better. But I always try and find ones with kicks, and that's what I cut. But all right, let's get down in the creek. So now I'm in the location where I'm going to hang this new mock scrape, and I'm going to show you why I'm choosing this area. Yada yada. We're basically down in a holler. You know, we've got a shelf up here and shelf up here, so we're just down in the bottom, and it's flat, creek running both sides, just a little stream. And there, right in this exact spot where I'm standing, there's already an existing scrape. So there's a scrape right here, and deer use this consistently, and it was off a branch. It was actually this here, but it got broke off that they were using. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do away with these branches so they don't have the temptation to use them anymore. And I'm going to take a branch of some sort. If you notice this tree, it doesn't really have any branches that kind of stick out to hang this off of. And right in this area, I'm going to put a pop-up line. And that's about a 25-yard shot This scrape's on this side of the tree. I want it to be on this side of the tree so I can get a better shot, so that tree's not in the way. And I'm gonna take a board or a stick of some sort. I'm gonna screw it into this tree and bring it out so far, about, I don't know, 5 feet away from the tree, and make a new scrape area here and hang the vine over this. If you look at this area, there are several crossing paths here. There's one continuous one through here, and I have a camera here. And then path comes off this hill. It basically just makes a big X over this scrape. I'm not sure how well the camera picks that up, but it literally an X over this area of just paths. There's probably 3 or 4 different paths that cross right here in this exact spot. Down this bottom, there's a lot of natural browse down here, briars that they eat on. They're down here in the summer, so if they can start getting used to hitting this scrape, you know, making this part of their routine, I'll be in good shape. If you can't hear me well, I apologize. There's water running and interstate way up on top of the hill, but nonetheless, and I'm an idiot and just realized I forgot my hatchet. So I'm gonna knock these branches off that they were using to make their scrape width off. Guess I'm gonna have to use a shovel for that. But that's gonna be my first step here, is I'm gonna go ahead and knock them off. I'm sure that looks stupid as shit, but that should not have been that hard. A lively little bastard. I just found this, I just drilled this in there, but found this stick. I'm pretty confident it will work. I can just climb up the ladder however high I can go. We'll see what happens. Well, I got it screwed up there. I put about 6 screws in it. If you can see, there's kind of 2 trees there, and it kind of splits off there. I made sure to get it screwed onto each one, and I got it hanging over to where I can get a shot with where I want to put the blind. So now I'm going to hang the vine up, and the goal here is to have the bottom of the vine about waist high. That way, everyone can participate, not just, you know, your big monster bucks, but does and fawns and button bucks. Everyone can touch this vine. They can all leave their scent off their glands and all that. So let's get this vine hung up. All right, so now I've got my vine hanging. Man, that's really it, honestly. Now I'm just gonna kind of clear out a spot at the bottom right below it, big circle, to give it the scrape appeal, and we'll be good. Something I want to mention that I did with this was I moved it directly into the path, right into the middle of the X. So they have no choice but to basically either brush up on it or basically touch it. So that's kind of one of the benefits here with, or that's something I was trying to achieve here. I know there's a lot of different opinions people have. I know some people think you need to put them up higher so only the big bucks hit them. But I'm just trying to, what we're trying to establish here is just a communication center, really, when you want to put into that terms. I want every deer comes through here to touch this thing, or to leave some sort of scent on it. And I don't care if it's a fawn or a doe or any of that stuff. They know who was here, where they're going, which way they know everything based off of this. This is not going to attract deer to your property. It's not going, you can't just because I'm down in this hauler putting this right in the creek bottom doesn't mean you're going to do it and have the same success I will. I historically have tons and tons and thousands and hundreds of pictures of deer using this crossing right here every single day with no sort of attractant. They just use this in their daily commute to wherever they go. This crossing right here, not 50 yards up here, not 20 yards back here, right here. They cross this spot every day. So that's why I'm putting this here. If I put it 50 yards up there, not saying deer won't touch it, but I want this to be a way to, it's a better way to track movement instead of creating movement, if that makes sense. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make about a 4-foot circle on the ground of just dirt, kind of rip it up, and then I'll probably piss in it. But I hope you can see that. But so that's about, I'd say it's about 3.5, 4 foot across diameter. God, I didn't even notice this briar was here. I apologize, but it'll be all right. But that's all I want right there. So now this is what we're left with. This is the tree that all the scrapes were on, and that little scrape on the ground, it was right there. But now I've moved it and I've made this whole fake presentation, but it's right in the middle of all of these crossing paths. And I've got my camera there. I'm actually gonna probably move it to where the tripod is. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it. In early April, May, this is the perfect time to get these mock scrapes out. So through the summer, they can start a pattern, and they will have a scrape to always come check up on if they get used to using this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this camera up, put it on video mode, and I mean, we will see what goes on, you know. So hopefully in a month or so, we can go through the footage on it and see how well this scrape's working. And my only worry about this is this branch breaking, which if it does, no big deal, we'll just replace it. But I think it should hold. But it's just been laying down here and it's kind of moldy. But I broke the bad ends off and I tugged on it quite a bit and nothing happened. So I think we'll be all right. Notice how much greener it's starting to get, fellas. But yeah, let me move this camera and we'll wrap this up. So right here where I'm standing is the spot I'd like to put a pop-up blind at. Right there you can see the mock scrape down there. And I've got the camera on this tree right here. Also, you'd be able to see that a lot better from here if I was using my new camera. But that's kind of a pain in the ass to lug around for vlogging style. So I'd much rather use this. And the nice camera for filming hunts and stuff, because that's where that puppy will shine. But yeah, this is kind of where I'm thinking. This is right at 21 yards to the scrape, so I think this would be a pretty killer spot. Only issue is actually getting this kind of leveled off to put a blind on, so that'll be a project in itself. But I'm happy that's hung up and done. Go down, show you one more time, and we'll end this video. So we got the camera, I've got it put on video mode. So we'll come back and check it in probably, I don't know, a couple weeks and see what's going on with it. And I'll let you guys see all the video. Hopefully it takes video, and I don't take the SD card out and it says nothing, because sometimes that just really likes to happen to me for some reason. But it's also like a $30 trail camera from like 2016, but But my whole point with doing these kinds of videos is just, you know, just showing your average Joe, because, you know, below average deer hunter. I absolutely love deer hunting. You know, it's all I do is eat, sleep, and think hunting. You know, absolutely love to deer hunt. That's my thing. That's what I feel like I live for, you know. But I don't have the hundreds and hundreds of acres, or even 20 acres or 40 acres like some of these guys do, you know. Just a pretty average setup is what I have, and I'm trying to make the most of it and kind of be relatable to some of you guys. So that's kind of my whole point with most of this, and I hope it helps some of you out. And I do have a pretty killer 10 acres here. It's incredible, it really is. And then a mile down the road, my house, I've got 5 there, and it's some giant deer down there too, and pretty thankful to have what I have. But I just want to be able to, I want to be relatable. I don't have 40, 50, 150 acres like a lot of these guys do that can keep deer on their property for a lot of the time, where us guys that got the small property, deer just pass through. You know, they're not staying on it by any means. They are just passing through. So just trying to help some people out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Come back and tune in for the bear hunt in June. See ya.